Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are visiting a very special place in Istanbul, the Museum of Turkish and Islamic Arts. It's located right here in Sultanahmet, just in front of the famous Blue Mosque. So let's go explore this amazing museum together. This museum is inside an old and beautiful building called Ibrahim Pasha Palace. It was built in the 16th century during the Ottoman Empire. A long time ago, it was the home of a powerful man named Ibrahim Pasha, who worked closely with Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent. The museum opened in 1914 and was the first museum in Turkey that focused on Islamic art. In 1983, they moved the collection into this palace. So when you visit, you're not only seeing art, you're also walking inside a piece of history. Coffee came to the Ottoman Empire in the 1500s, and it quickly became an important part of everyday life. But people didn't just drink coffee at home. They used to gather in coffee houses. These were popular places where men came together to talk, read books, play games like backgammon, and enjoy traditional shows like Karagoz and Hasivat, which is a kind of shadow puppet theater. In this part of the museum, we see a small model of an old-style Ottoman coffee house. There are low wooden stools, copper coffee pots, and small cups used for Turkish coffee. The setup shows us exactly how it looked and felt back then. This section shows household items from the 18th and 19th centuries. People used them for cooking, lighting, and cleaning in homes, tents, and dervish lodges. You'll see copper trays, wooden spoons, ceramic plates, coffee cups, and big pots for weddings. For lighting, they used oil lamps and candle holders. For washing, there were pitchers and bowls. All these items were made with care from wood, copper, and ceramic, showing how people lived in the past. The word hammam means heating place and refers to a traditional bath where people wash with hot water. Hammams existed even before the Romans, but they became very popular and were used for more than just bathing. In Islamic culture, cleanliness is very important, so hammams became essential, especially in Turkish cities. An English traveler once said that hammams are some of the most amazing buildings after mosques. In Istanbul, most hammams were built as double hammams, meaning there were separate baths and entrances for men and women. Sometimes a colorful towel hung on the door showed whether it was for men or women, so there was no confusion. Here you see the Ottoman mansions from the 19th century. These were large, fancy houses where rich families lived together with their servants. They usually had many rooms and big yards. Some mansions were called pavilions. These were wooden summer houses used only in the warmer months. Others were built by the sea, called waterside mansions. But these mansions weren't just homes. They were also places for learning and culture. Young people were educated here, and scholars and travelers often stayed for months. This part of the museum shows the art of Islamic calligraphy, the beautiful artistic way of writing Arabic letters. It was highly respected in Islamic culture, and rulers often supported the artists. Calligraphy was developed in many important cities like Herat, Shiraz, Samarkand, and later in Istanbul during the Ottoman Empire. After the conquest of Istanbul, many famous calligraphers were invited to the palace to create and teach. Learning calligraphy was not easy. Students trained for years by carefully copying their master's writing. This was called taking the model. When they reached a high level, the master gave them written permission, called an ijaza, to become a calligrapher themselves. Once they were approved, these artists could create their own work. Many famous calligraphers like Sheikh Hamdullah and Hafiz Osman helped turn calligraphy into a respected and beautiful art form during the Ottoman period. This is Karagoz, a traditional Turkish shadow play that dates back over 500 years. It was often performed during Ramadan, weddings, and festivals in coffee houses. The two main characters, Karagoz and Hatzivat, represent everyday people. Through their funny conversations, they reflect daily life, culture, and even criticize social issues in a humorous way. Other characters like Tiryaki, Beberuhi, and Tusuz Deli Bakir also appear, each showing different personalities and parts of Ottoman society. These plays made people laugh, but also made them think. Carpet weaving is one of the oldest arts in human history. It started in ancient times using plant fibers and has continued for thousands of years. In Turkey, the art of carpet weaving comes from Central Asia and developed more in Anatolia after the Turks arrived. The oldest Turkish carpets are from the Seljuk period in the 13th and 14th centuries, especially from Konya. By the 15th and 16th centuries, Ottoman carpets became very popular, even in Europe. Some were shown in famous paintings and named after European artists, like the Holbein carpet. Usak was a major carpet center during the Ottoman period, and later, regions like Bergama, Gurdes, and Milas also became known for their own styles. The Golden Horn Chain. This is a part of the huge iron chain that was used by the Byzantines to block ships from entering the Golden Horn during the conquest of Istanbul in 1453. Sultan Mehmed II famously got around this chain by carrying his ships over land, which helped him win the city. You can see this important piece of history in this museum. This museum is full of amazing Islamic art and historical objects, and this chain is one of its special highlights. In this section, it shows the culture of clothing. Clothing first protected people, but later showed culture and style. In the times of Mahmud I and Selim III, some changes were made, and in 1829, civil servants also started wearing new clothes like jackets, pants, and boots instead of turbans and cloaks. The first step away from traditional clothes happened in the 1790s with the New Order, and Mahmud II changed army clothes when he ended the Janissaries in 1826. Western fashion was first popular only in small groups, but grew after the 1850s, especially among educated people close to Western culture. Men's clothing changed during the reforms, and women's clothing became more European style during the constitutional period, with dresses and suits appearing in Sultan Abdulaziz's time, 1861 to 1876. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Ottoman society, especially in Pera, mixed Ottoman and European styles. People enjoyed cafes, balls, and carnivals, and their clothing and lifestyle showed a strong connection to Western culture before the Republic. Now let's take a look at the jewelry section. Jewelry has been used for a long time, not just for practical reasons, but also to look beautiful. At first, people made jewelry from things like seashells, bones, and stones. Later, they started working with metals like gold and silver, using different techniques to create stunning designs. You'll also see many pieces decorated with precious stones like diamonds, rubies, and pearls. These beautiful items show the skill of the artists and the style of the times, as well as the status of the people who wore them. This is an Ottoman-era stone inscription with elegant Arabic calligraphy displayed in the museum. It reflects the rich Islamic heritage and artistry of the time. Now, let's head upstairs. As we walk up the stairs, check out this amazing view of the Blue Mosque right in front of us. It's really stunning and such a beautiful sight to see while we move to the next part of the museum. As we head upstairs to the first floor, you'll notice the incredible collection of traditional handmade carpets. These carpets are not just beautiful, but also tell a story about the culture and craftsmanship of the region. Each carpet is unique, made with different patterns, colors, and weaving techniques that have been passed down through generations. Alongside the carpets, There are also some very old and precious Qurans on display. These holy books are carefully written with beautiful calligraphy, often decorated with gold and intricate designs, showing the great respect and care given to religious texts in this culture. There are also found various traditional items that tell more about the culture. There are old prayer rugs used for worship, ornate wooden boxes and chests carved with fine designs, and some delicate ceramics and pottery that show the artistry of the time. You may also see traditional tools used for weaving and making carpets, which give you an idea of the hard work and skill involved. Plus, there are manuscripts and calligraphy pieces that highlight the importance of art and religion in daily life. This inscription was found at an auction in the Netherlands. It dates back to June 9th, 1868, and mentions the Bozgoka Karya Mosque in Şil, which was built as a charity by El-Hak Ibrahimzadeh Hursid Bey. Thanks to the efforts of Turkey's Ministry of Culture and Tourism, along with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Justice, it was brought back to Turkey. Since September 29, 2022, it has been proudly displayed in the museum. In the past, colors were made from plants, insects, and even sea creatures. Purple came from shellfish like murex, but it was costly and rare. Red shades were made using cochineal and madder root, yellow from plants like turmeric and chamomile, blue from indigo and woad. Green was created by mixing blue and yellow dyes. Orange came from combining yellow with madder root. Brown shades used walnut or pomegranate peels, and black was made using tannin-rich plants and iron sulfate, though too much could damage the wool. Here in the museum, we see the sacred relics, items that belong to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his family, and other great prophets. These include his clothes, sandals, drinking bowl, weapons, and even a tooth broken in battle, as well as a few strands of his hair. His companions lovingly kept these personal belongings as a way to remember and honor him. Over time, these items were passed down through generations and carefully preserved. Today, most of them are kept in the pavilion of the Holy Mantle at Topkapi Palace. These relics are considered deeply special. Visiting them is a way for people to feel closer to the Prophet, to send blessings upon him, and to express their love and respect. This section shows strands of the Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, beard, known as Sakal al-Sharif. After shaving, the Prophet allowed his companions to keep parts of his beard as a sacred memory. These strands have been carefully preserved ever since. The boxes used to protect them are beautiful examples of Ottoman metal and woodwork, and the cloth wrapping is from fine Ottoman weaving. Most of these holy hairs are kept in Topkapi Palace and were once protected by sultans, their families, and palace nobles. Some were also given to mosques and shrines so believers could visit and show respect. There's a tradition of visiting Sakal al-Sharif, especially on holy nights. The beard is wrapped in 40 layers and opened slowly while saying Allahu Akbar. For many Muslims, seeing it brings a deep sense of peace and spiritual connection with the Prophet. After the beard section, you'll see many beautifully handwritten Qurans, showcasing the rich art of Islamic calligraphy. These sacred texts vary in size and style, often decorated with gold and intricate designs. They were treasured as both holy books and artistic masterpieces throughout history. The Qajar Empire started in 1796 when Aga Muhammad, leader of the Qajar Turks, became the Shah of Iran. The empire faced many problems, especially from the English and Russians, and lost some land. It ended in 1925 when Reza Pahlavi took power. Qajar art is known for portraits of rulers and soldiers, influenced by European painting. They also made small everyday items like pencil cases, mirrors, and books using lacquer painting. These items are shown in the museum. The Safavid Empire, founded by Shah Ismail in 1501, was the first national state in Iran. They built strong trade and cultural ties with Europe, but often fought the Ottomans and Uzbeks. The Safavid rulers supported the arts, making cities like Isfahan important centers for architecture, carpets, ceramics, and manuscripts. Their beautiful blue and white ceramics, silk carpets, and decorated manuscripts are here. The Timurid Empire, founded in 1370 by Timur, stretched from Anatolia to India and lasted until 1507. During this time, cities like Herat, Shiraz, Isfahan, and Samarkand became important cultural and artistic centers. The period is famous for its architecture, and especially for its exquisite book arts. Renowned miniature painters like Behzad and skilled calligraphers worked under Timurid princes, turning their palaces into art academies. They produced beautifully illustrated Persian manuscripts with detailed bindings and high-quality illumination. The museum collection includes Timurid manuscripts and metal trophies, showcasing this rich artistic heritage. The Ilkhanid state was founded in 1256 by Hulagu in Iran and became independent from the Mongol Empire after 1294. Despite wars, they made Tabriz and Sultaniye important cultural centers, supporting science, architecture, and Islamic book arts. The period is known for beautiful manuscripts with calligraphy, illumination, and miniatures, including illustrated copies of World History and Shahnameh. The museum holds magnificent Ilkhanid manuscripts, especially those made for Sultan Ol-Qaitu's treasury. In this section, you can see many beautiful examples of Islamic art created thanks to the support of wealthy rulers and patrons. There are intricately decorated manuscripts, detailed calligraphy, fine ceramics, metalwork, and architectural models. These artworks show how patronage helped artists express religious and cultural ideas while developing unique artistic styles. It's a great display of the rich heritage and creativity of Islamic art. The Mamluk state, 1250 to 1517, was a powerful medieval empire that stopped the Mongols and made Cairo a major cultural center. They built impressive mosques, schools, and mausoleums, decorated with beautiful manuscripts, metalwork, and carpets. Unique to the Mamluks, artifacts often feature engraved emblems showing rank and status. The museum holds one of the richest collections of Mamluk art.
The Seljuk Turks were the ones who ruled the Iran area and came from the east, actually running from the Mongolians.
Quoi?
Now, let me take you to an incredible historical city called Samara. Founded in the 9th century by Caliph Mutasim, it served as the capital of the Abbasid Empire for almost 50 years. Imagine a city full of magnificent palaces and buildings, built by the best craftsmen from all over the region. Though it was abandoned after Baghdad became the capital again, the archaeological digs have uncovered amazing treasures that you can see today in museums around the world, including here at the Turkish and Islamic Arts Museum.
We will all need to eat downstairs. Yeah.
Look at this beautiful view of the Blue Mosque. You can see its big domes and tall minarets clearly. It's one of the most famous places in Istanbul and really amazing to see. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this tour. The entrance fee for the museum is 17 euros. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Your support means a lot. See you in the next video.